Now imagine this. You are stretched out on a sun lounger, ice-cold drink in hand, and hang on. Is that Earth in the sky or just a big floating beach ball? Yep, you're at a swimming pool on the moon. Sounds amazing, right? But before you pack your sunscreen and lunar floaties, let's ask, what would really happen if we did this? So, here's the setup. There we have our glossy blue swimming pool. It might be Olympic-sized, or it might be tiny and kiddie size. Either way, it's there, a pool perched on the dusty gray surface of the moon. No atmosphere, no air pressure, super low gravity, and a nice crater there somewhere that's just waiting for you to give it the old cannonball. But is that even going to be able to hold water so people can swim in it? Well, that's when things get crazy. Step 1. The water. Here on Earth, water's content to just chill at room temperature. On the moon, not so much. There is like no air pressure, close to the equivalent of what you'd encounter in deep space on Earth. And temperatures vary by hundreds of degrees, from roughly -173 C at night to 127 C during the day. That's akin to situating your pool in a freezer that also double as a sauna. The water would either evaporate, immediately boiling off into space, or freeze solid. So whatever, unless you want your first lunar pool to be a massive block of ice or gaseous puffball in the sky, where water quickly evaporates. You'd have some way high-tech containment, like a pressurized dome, or maybe some kind of future pool protection magic shield. Step 2. Gravity. The moon's gravity is just 1/6 of Earth's because when you jump into a pool on Earth, that nice splash is guaranteed to follow. On the moon, your splash would be, well, sort of pathetic. You'd propel yourself upward like a tiny cannonball, and then you'd drift gently to the ground in 0G slow motion, diving off a diving board. You could circle the pool like a lost astronaut. You would need a fair amount of anchoring, or perhaps a pool that's twice as deep, just to make the jump feel normal. Step 3. The environment, or absence of it. On Earth, the stuff that makes up soil doesn't bounce off you, obviously. No air on a moon means the molecules of its water just want to leave. Literally, you would have to build an airtight dome over the water just to keep it from evaporating away into space. And your moon swimming friends, yeah, they'd have to wear spacesuits just to live, which means doing a cannonball is sort of out of the question too, because nothing spells fun pool day better than floating in a full-body spacesuit. And now for the big reveal. And let's say you somehow pull all this off, a pressurized dome, liquid water, and intrepid astronauts in protective suits. You take your first splash. You'd be as buoyant as that pool noodle, maybe even doing slow motion flips across the pool. The water's surface tension would also be different. You'd see little globules coming together into one, coalescing and floating in the air like tiny water planets. And it'd be beautiful, but not at all a pool you'd recognize from your backyard. Your average splash would be more like a soft, glowy, orbiting ballet of liquid. And so, what's the takeaway? It's not impossible. A pool on the moon isn't an out-tanned-out impossibility, but it would take far more than a weekend to plan the trip. It's a high-tech, pressurized, frozen or boiling water extravaganza with a 1/6 gravity bonus. If you've ever had the rare opportunity to bob in a lunar pool, though it would be an unparalleled experience on Earth, the splash might not end up perfectly normal, but you'd witness an indelible cosmic ballet of water, gravity, and wonder. If you found that mind-blowing, consider what else. What if? Imaginary scenarios to consider, such as placing a trampoline on Mars or a hot tub on Europa. Science is strange, fun, and sometimes truly hilarious if you really stretch your imagination. For you liked time spent in the moon with me today, slam that like button. Drop a comment on how'd you want a seat. Splash around in your own lunar pool if things were different. And don't forget to subscribe for more silly, funky science adventures. Who knows, maybe next time we'll see if you could even surf on Saturn's rings.